Some miniature games are played with formations. They typically use square bases and trays to keep a unit in formation. That's why I designed a modular tray system. It consists of two sheets, a surface sheet and a side sheet. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut a surface part at the size and shape we want and build the tray using the appropriate length side parts. We will also use these connectors to attach the side parts to one another. For this tutorial, I'm going to build a 2x5 tray. Here's an example I built beforehand. As you can see, I inserted the square bases to it. You will mount the figures on the bases and you will move your figures as a unit around. Come on. Whoa, it was very tight. Okay, see? Well, great. Let's go. We will start by cutting the surface part out. As you can see, you can build a tray as big as 7 to 10 inches. But for this tutorial, we're gonna build a 2 by 5 inches. Okay, let's cut it. Okay. Now let's cut the side parts. We're gonna need two 5-inch parts and two 2-inch parts. I'm gonna cut a 7-inch part and fold it by 2 inches and do the same for the other part. So I'm gonna cut two parts actually. Okay. Okay. Hmm, First one is done. 1 second. Okay. Let's cut the second one. Seven. This is 7 here. Cut these flaps by those 2 inches on the same side. If you cut one by the right, do the other by right too. Okay, let's score the bottoms. Now let's crease them. First by these light lines and then by the flat lines. This wider side is the outer side of the tray, and this narrower side is the inside of the tray. And the flaps go under the surface part. Creasing these parts is important because if you don't do this, it will be very difficult to fold them. Okay, now let's fold. As you can see, since I creased the paper, I try to fold it. It neatly folds by the line I creased. Okay. I'm using this as a bone folder. There are actual bone folders sold out there, which is very similar to this. Or you can use some plastic card. Whatever you have in your possession. The important thing is it's better to use something plastic instead of metal. Metal tends to damage the prints. And it's even better if it has this rounded sides. Okay. This is a very long piece. So if you try to fold it without creasing, it's almost impossible to fold it neatly. Okay. I forgot to crease here. Okay. Let's fold it by there. Oh, great. Okay. Let's do the other one. Once you position your ruler, hold it firm as possible. And it tends to slip. Don't let it. Whenever you want to fold something, creasing is always helpful. Let's get it back in shape. Great. We're gonna need two connectors to attach those side parts to one another. As you can see, there's a 1 millimeter difference between the inner side and the outer side of the tray. So you can mount this tray on a 1 millimeter thick surface to make it sturdier. You can either use EVA or cardboard. I'm going to use cardboard. I need to cut it first to the size of the surface part. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We prepared all our parts. Now let's assemble the tray. Let's start with connecting the side parts to one another. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna score this whiteness with my calligraphy pen once it is dry. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Yep. Yes. Great. Press a little bit more. All right. Now let's glue the sides on the cardboard. Let's fit it in first. Okay, great. Now let's glue it. Well, First, we need to glue these sides together. I completely forgot about it. I still couldn't get used to this teaching business. Okay. Mhm. All right. Let's do the short sides. Yeah. Now let's glue the cardboard. Okay. Flatten cardboard as much as possible before gluing it. Okay. Mhm. So the side parts are actually just a little bit larger than the surface part to better accommodate the bases. Okay. It's okay. And finally, let's glue the surface to our tray. For that, I'm going to use a larger brush. You can use whatever brush you have, but using a larger brush allows me to apply the glue quicker. Now we need to be careful to put it in place correctly. Okay. Great. Let's correct the shape. All right. Okay, our tray is done. We're gonna let it dry, but when we leave it to dry, we're gonna put a book on it so it will not bend, because whenever I glue something, the moisture in the glue makes it bend. So I'm gonna use my Lord of the Rings Volume 1 to do it.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.